Restaurants across America are held to exacting standards of cleanliness to ensure that you and your family enjoy the highest quality dining experience and to avoid foodborne illnesses that could turn deadly. But do you hold your own home to the same high standard? We invited the official health inspector for Andrew County, Missouri to an average Northwest Missouri home to see if it would pass the test. We are joined today with Jessica Bowman from the Andrew County Health Department. There's some hazards to watch for in a kitchen, in any kitchen. What are those?
Physical contamination, biological contamination, and chemical contamination. So chemical would be any type of cleaner you're using, any type of pest control you're using. Physical can be whether you touch your hair and that ends up on your food, or you sneeze into your hand and don't wash your hands, or you touch a doorknob that somebody else didn't wash prior to. And then biological would be the germs from it.
We're going to start by having Jessica show us how this kitchen measures up in just the beginning stages of starting to cook.
First thing I do when I start an inspection is I wash my hands. Not only am I not wanting to contaminate the kitchen with whatever's on my hands, but I want to make sure that they have proper hand washing temperature, which is about 100 degrees, what you want it, no less. That there are the right measures for cleaning your hands. So they have soap, they have proper hand drying methods, they have a trash can to throw away the paper towels.
Now, you turn that off with the paper towel. Why?
Right, because you don't want to recontaminate your hand with whatever's on that sink. So I washed my hands because my hands are dirty. She would wash her hands between cooking raw meat and prepping something like a salad or something that's ready to eat while she touched that handle with the raw meat. So if she touches it again to turn it off, there's no point in washing your hands. You just recontaminate it. Make sure there's a trash can near the hand washing sink, but you typically want a closed lid trash can in your kitchen where all your food waste goes. The first thing I noticed over here is chemicals on the counter. Well, if this is a food prep surface, are these chemicals food safe? You never want to use scented or the splashless because there's chemicals that they put into those bleaches that block sanitizing, and it will tell you on the back of the label when you read it. But this would not be. So this would be an automatic critical violation. The knife block.
Oh, the knife block. Let's talk about a knife block.
See, there's some food that's stuck on it. How do you clean the inside of that?
I don't.
Do you put the knives away wet or dry?
Dry.
Right. And this is wood. If it's not sealed, then it soaks in pretty much. Wood is great for soaking in and taking in the moisture if it happens to be a little wet or if you have food product on it. And then you're gonna mold on the inside of these. So we don't like wood blocks. Any type of wood that's in a kitchen has to be completely sealed. So I'd go into the fridge. The first thing I would do is take the temperature. And you always want to take the temperature first because when you have the fridge door open, things start to leak out. Like she is doing a very good job trying to keep her eggs safe because eggs are a raw meat product. If an egg should break and leak onto your food, then you've contaminated your food with a raw meat product. I'd look for a thermometer in your fridge that you can check on a daily basis to make sure your fridge is at 41 or below. I mean, how often do you check the temperature of your fridge?
I have never checked the temperature of my fridge.
You want anything that's ready to eat on top. So that's anything that you can take out of the fridge and eat right away. And then you want to start stacking your meats by temperature. So something like chicken that you have to cook to 165 degrees to kill off something like the salmonella, you want to store at the bottom. Her fridge, I wouldn't worry about as long as she's storing things right.
We've talked a little bit about the facility. Now we need to talk about food storage.
Well, the first thing I look for is I like to make sure that the surfaces are clean and that when I see boxes, I always like to make sure that they're sealed up. Now we know in a commercial setting, this is not acceptable even to roll it up. It needs to be in a sealed container. The major reason for that is, besides contamination if something were to spill on it, is pests. I mean, she needs to wipe her stuff down. She needs to put her stuff in sealed containers.
Like the pasta.
Like the pasta, the
Okay.
rice, the crackers, and just basic wipe down.
There were some things that Jessica saw and mentioned to you. What are some key things that you can see that you need to improve on?
I'm going to throw away the wooden block for the knives. make sure I use food-safe chemicals, and then make sure all the food products in the cabinet are in containers. Get a lid for the trash can, because you can always learn how to do things better and have a safer environment for your family. To be more conscious of that, you'll live a healthier life.